Welcome again. In this week's video, I want to share with you what you need to do if you're worried about people not listening to you when it comes to speaking. What if they won't listen to me? This is something that I've had so many people ask me. Some of my CEO clients who I coach and train, they always ask me, hey, so coach, what if people won't listen to me? Or what if people won't stop and listen to what I have to say? Now, one of the missions that I have embarked on recently is to produce more speakers in this world. Not just speakers, but people who have got a message that they want to share. People who have got a message that they want to take out there. That is why the tagline for the entire series is your voice changes everything. Because I know regardless of where you are, regardless of who you are, you've got something you can teach somebody else. You've got something that you can get out and share with the world. And in sharing it with the world, you will make a difference, you will make money, and everybody is happier. So what do you do if you want people to listen to you? Okay, in this video I'm going to share with you how many? 6 particular things that you can do quickly to make sure that people listen to you. Now, one of the things that we always teach in the World Class Speakers Training is that there is 4 stages to being a great speaker. In terms of preparation, there's what happens before you get on stage, there's what happens when you're on stage, there's what happens during the time you're on stage, and there's what happens when you want to build the business, okay? Now, let me explain. One of the greatest things you have to learn as a speaker is when you get on stage, it's not about you. You are not that important. This is what we call the psychology of speaking. You get on stage knowing, hey, this is not about me. It's about getting there and being able to get the person in the audience to step up, to listen to something that is going to change their lives, to do something amazing, okay? Now, when you go with that kind of thinking, knowing it's not about you, guess what? Somehow the audience has got feelers. They've got, like sensors. They'll be able to sense, you know what? This person actually cares about me. Then naturally they're going to want to listen to you. Why? It is about them and not about you, okay? That's number one. Number 2, always do your homework. Always do your research, okay? People will not listen to you if you haven't researched about them, okay? You're going to do any speech anywhere. It doesn't matter how sharp you are. It doesn't matter how many degrees, whatever you have. Think about the people you're going to serve and do a little bit of research and find out what is tick for them. If you're going to speak to mothers, find that something, what kind of mothers are you going to speak to? What kind of things are they finding as a challenge? And what can you do to move them quicker, faster to a better life of enjoying motherhood, okay? If you're going to speak to lawyers or plumbers, whatever, find your, touch points where you're going to speak to them. Mention these things, and all of a sudden they're like, wow, this guy really gets us, okay? This is why we always say one of the greatest things you can do is start off with a story, okay? Now the story has got to be in their world, okay? Then you come back to your world, then their world, and it is called the bounce, okay? This is something we teach in world-class speakers. It is called the bounce, where you're bouncing off and on. Then all of a sudden people kind of engage with you. They're wondering, oh, we really like this guy. We don't know why. Hey, it's because you've done your research, okay? Number 3, get into rapport with them, okay? Nothing is as good as getting into rapport with the audience for 2 reasons. Number 1, yes, they'll listen to you, but you'll also enjoy yourself, okay? Now, there's many things you can do about getting into rapport, but number 1, you could start off with what I just told you, tell a story. Number 2, you could get them to stand up, to move, to do something that you do in sync with them or in rhythm with them, okay? Or you could come up and, guess what? If they're all wearing ties and whatever, many a time I've gone to do presentations and guess what? I get there and all of them, they're in ties and I've got to get my coat on. Or sometimes you get there, they're not wearing ties. Actually, there's one I remember I went somewhere to Arusha and I was going to do this presentation and the entire team turned up in their sportswear and, and stuff. And then there's me turning up in a suit. Actually, the guy in charge looked at me like, this is going to be interesting. The facilitator is wearing a suit at a team building event. Guess what? I was totally out of rapport with them. Guess what? I went back to the room, changed, came back, and boom, got into rapport immediately, okay? What other things can you do? You can get them to stretch. You can do all kinds of things. Why? It's called mirroring and matching. When you get them to get into rapport with you, they begin to listen to you, to assimilate the information, and there's less resistance, okay? Next one. Ask them enrolling questions, okay? Again, world-class speakers event. By the way, the next one is coming up end of April, beginning of June. This is where we teach you the greatest ways of how do you start a speech, okay? And one of the ways is ask enrolling questions, okay? We always encourage you to ask 2 enrolling questions, okay? And these questions you ask as well as agree by putting up your hand. For example, one great thing is you might just get on and say, hey, how many of you want to have fun today? Okay, you put up your hand. Naturally, they're going to put up your hands. What are you doing? The enrolling question is what? Is enrolling them, saying we're all here for the same thing. But you're also getting into rapport, again, what I spoke about earlier. When you put up your hand, they have to put up their hands, okay? Then you say, okay, how many of us want to learn something and have fun at the same time? Boom. By the way, as simple as those 2 questions are, they are so powerful in getting you to get into rapport with the audience. But also think about it. That means that all the people who are there want to learn something and they want to have some fun. Therefore, they're on the same page with you. Marriage made in heaven. Okay? There you go. Now, next one. And this, again, it comes from the psychology of speaking, but always come with a service attitude. Always come to give your best. Always come to make a difference. Always come to, if you don't come to make a difference and to serve and to give your best, it's always going to be hard. People are not going to listen to you, okay? That's why there's so many speakers who are broke. Why? Because they think it's about them, okay? They think, look at me. They focus so much on how they're going to look on stage rather than the information they're going to give the people out there. That is why we say your voice changes everything, because if your voice is rich in terms of making a difference to other people, then naturally they're going to want to think about you. They're going to want to listen to you. They're going to want to get to know more. They're going to want to say, you know what, I think I could learn from this person a little bit more. Why? You're coming with a service attitude. You're coming to make a difference. You're coming to do something that is going to elevate their life just a little bit, okay? Speakers are broke. Trainers are making money. Why? You're training people, but you're giving everything. You're coming with all your heart to make a difference. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, what gets people to listen to you very, very quickly, okay? Next one, gratitude. I cannot explain this, but it's just one of those forces. The more grateful you are to be on stage. Now, there's a difference, okay? I must tell you, you don't go and say, oh, thank you so much for having me. No. There's somewhere where you cannot go below, where you become a little bit slimy. No. But be grateful to be there. Be grateful to want to serve, okay? You got to come with that attitude of knowing, you know what? Thank you for honoring to want to listen to me. I really appreciate that. When you come with that kind of gratitude, somehow the universe has a way of supporting you, okay? But also they will feel that there's a different energy about you, okay? That gratitude is so important in terms of connecting with people. I cannot explain it, but I just want to tell you, you want people to listen to you. Get on stage with the gratitude kind of attitude, okay? And then finally, I always say, hey, you know what? If they don't listen to you this time, sit down, write down what you did right, write down what you think went wrong, and remember, speeches and trainings and things like that are like London buses. You screw up on one, there's always 2 coming by. Just make sure that the kind of person who has learned from this one, therefore you're going to do better on the next one. So until next time, please remember, your voice changes everything. And if you want to know more of this stuff, if you want to take your voice to the next level, if you're an author, a speaker at the moment, a trainer, and you just want to elevate yourself, or you're about to retire and you say, you know what, there's something I could do with this, or you just want to change jobs completely, okay? Look out for this. There will be a link at the end of this video which invites you to take on our challenge for becoming a world-class speaker, where we take you and elevate you to the next level. We give you everything you need to become a great speaker, everything you need to become that kind of person who, and people ask me, hey coach, but I don't want to be the kind of speaker who is on multi-stages. I just want to be the kind of speaker who speaks to, mothers of disabled kids, or I just want to speak to lawyers or whatever. Hey, we can help you craft your message to make sure that you get to those people and are able to help them. Most importantly, you're able to make enough money from them, okay? So if you're interested in that, please, there is a link at the bottom. Click on there, tell us who you are, what you want. There will be some information on when the next training is happening. Come on board and let us allow your voice to change everything, okay? Whatever you do, live strong, live with passion, and know that you have the audacity to live life on your terms. Till next time, bye-bye.